us for no reason. It's insane, Mom. That's insane.
We've been through it.
Yet again us for not a glaringly obvious explanation. It's crazy mother that is crazy. We've had to deal with it so often where everyone you know simply needs to make a stride back. It's a long dream. No, not until she's prepared. And that is the reason I'll at no point ever let you know anything in the future. Like that she believes this should be about her. Kendall Jenner has blended the pot as she chose to reject her sister, Kim Kardashian, from going to Milan Style Week. With her, the move has caused a commotion, as well as lighted a fight between the two sisters, bringing about a public trade of words. Kendall Jenner, broadly perceived for her effective displaying profession, has been taking huge steps in the style business as she arranged to partake in Milan Design Week. Perhaps of the most esteemed occasion in the style schedule, Kendall pursued a choice that stunned numerous. She decided not to remember Kim for her escort. While the sisters have a background marked by supporting each other's undertakings, it appears to be that Kendall needed to split away from the Kardashian name's shadow. During this specific occasion, she communicated her craving to zero in exclusively on her profession as a model and the style brands she addresses, as opposed to being related with the Kardashian brand, Kim Kardashian, who has likewise transformed the style world. At first answered Kendall's choice with a terrible tone, expressing that she was unable to comprehend her sister's craving to secure herself freely in the design business anyway. As Milan Design Week moved toward strains, started to rise reports of a fracture between the two sisters began coursing in the media. It was supposed that Kendall felt eclipsed by Kim's presence, and the consideration it collected from both people in general, and the press the choice to prohibit. Kim was viewed as an essential move to guarantee that Kendall's vocation and achievements became the dominant focal point, with practically no interruptions. Kim Kardashian at last shot back at Kendall's choice. She took to online entertainment to communicate her sentiments, expressing that she had forever been a strong sister, and that she had never tried to take the spotlight from Kendall or any of her kin. Kim declared that families ought to continuously start things out, and that Kendall's activities were frightful. The public trade between the two sisters immediately turned into all the rage. Fans and spectators favored one side, with some supporting Kendall's craving for freedom and others guarding Kim's position as a defensive, more seasoned sister. It turned into a hotly debated issue via online entertainment, with moving hashtags and banters about whether family steadfastness ought to overshadow individual desires. Then again, everybody is humming about Milan Design Week, where the Kardashian genius graced the Gucci runway, oozing sheer style eminence. And think about who went with her. In all honesty, the reggaeton sensation Awful Rabbit, these two lovebirds totally took the spotlight. And it was a flat-out furor. There they were, Kendall and Terrible Rabbit, showing up totally stricken. The paparazzi couldn't get enough, and truly who could fault them? The team sat comfortably in the first column, transmitting warmth and friendship. It resembled seeing a sentiment straight out of a film. Yet we should not neglect to examine their design decisions. Kendall, famous for her exceptional style, made a stunning proclamation in a beige overcoat without pants, and she totally claimed it with unfaltering certainty. She swaggered her stuff, and the shortfall of jeans added an unforeseen charm to her search concerning Terrible Rabbit. He looked easily sharp in a fresh white button-up shirt, matched with a snazzy beige beanie. These two people were faultlessly planned in their clothing, adding an additional layer of polish to the whole occasion. The Gucci show itself was a staggering involvement in models exhibiting wonderful plans that could be viewed as masterpieces. The emphasis was on celebrating style, inventiveness, and development, in Kendall and Terrible Rabbit were not too far off at the core of this excessive display. So yes, Kendall Jenner and Terrible Rabbit are not simply a power couple in adoration. They are additionally an impressive power in the realm of style. It was a day loaded up with marvelousness, sentiment, and stunning style. And we were all here for it. Milan Style Week was a totally crazy issue, and Kendall Jenner and Awful Rabbit raised it to a totally new degree of fervor during this fabulous occasion. Kendall, eminent for her strong style decisions, offered a striking expression by wearing that extraordinary beige raincoat with next to no pants. It was really spectacular. And I should say she carted it away with the finesse of a genuine style sovereign. I mean, who else could radiate such certainty while shaking that look, yet stand by there's all the more awful rabbit? The regain sensation remained close by sharp. Searching in that fresh white button-up shirt and slick beige beanie as they relished the Gucci show Kendall and terrible rabbit science was basically out of this world, people. It resembled seeing a genuine fantasy sentiment unfurl just before our eyes. And it left everybody totally captivated. The paparazzi couldn't get enough of their tender minutes. It was unadulterated wizardry. Currently, how about we dig into the Gucci show itself? It was out and out uncommon models, unhesitatingly swaggered down the runway in these dazzling plans that could undoubtedly be viewed as showstoppers. Each piece was a magnum opus, and the whole occasion filled in as an excellent festival of style, inventiveness, and development. Kendall and Terrible Rabbit were lucky to be essential for this striking style spectacle, mixing their own remarkable energy into the occasion. In synopsis, Milan Style Week, with Kendall Jenner and Awful Rabbit, rose above being a design occasion. It advanced into a remarkable encounter that left us generally awestruck by their style love and unquestionable star power. Yet clutch your caps, people, on the grounds that the fantastic story doesn't end there. Kendall Jenner and Terrible Rabbit didn't cause disturbances at Milan Style Week. They raged New York City with their stunning appearance at the Metropolitan Drama. And the fervor was totally energizing. Picture this: Kendall, the undisputed style sovereign, graced honorary pathway in a smooth dark top that included a hypnotizing V-neck area. It was similar to a work of art. Her presence transmitted certainty and balance, hardening her height as a notorious design illuminating presence. Really, it felt like she possessed the city that evening, and we were all totally enamored by it. Presently, we should pause for a minute to discuss Terrible Rabbit. This man easily orders consideration. He made his entry with perfect artfulness, wearing a faultlessly custom-fitted button-up shirt, matched with a smooth dark blazer. It was a sign of style flawlessness. His group fit with Kendall's look, as well as made a stunning visual cooperative energy. Together, they oozed complexity and fashion greatness that left everybody in outright wonder. I mean, genuinely, it resembled a style blast that enlightened the whole city. People, presently here's where things take a fascinating go. Awful Rabbit, the style pioneer, chose to infuse a component of shock by wearing a retrogressive baseball cap. At this ultra-renowned occasion, a few people totally revered this striking move, hailing it as an image of his dauntless distinction. Anyway, on the other side, others found it somewhat awkward in such an upscale setting. This style banter lighted a rapidly spreading fire on the web, with fans and pundits enthusiastically safeguarding their differentiating perspectives. It turned into a conflict of suppositions that arrived at incredible magnitude. Yet it resembled a stunner second in the discussion, much the same as a mic drop, and you could, for all intents and purposes, feel the force exuding through the screen. In the end, Kendall and Terrible Rabbit reaffirmed that they are not style symbols, they are design provocateurs, unafraid to challenge the laid-out standards. Whether it's at Milan Design Week or the Metropolitan Show, they have the capacity to order the spotlight with their magnetism and unrivaled style. And let me let you know, their excursion in the domain of design is a long way from arriving at its decision. We anxiously anticipate the following part in this ridiculously flighty universe of style. The buzz produced by their appearance at the Metropolitan Show kept on reverberating all through the design world for quite a long time. Design devotees and pundits, the same carefully taken apart every part of Kendall and Awful Rabbit's clothing, taking part in lively discussions about the effect of the regressive baseball cap and how it pushed the limits of customary high style. Their appearance at the Metropolitan Drama connoted a urgent second in the design world, obscuring the boundary between high style and road style. It remained as a demonstration of their significant effect on the business, showing that style isn't only about adjusting to shows it's tied in with pushing limits and communicating uniqueness. Individuals couldn't quit talking about it, consistently concurring that they had totally stirred up the design scene. Reports started to twirl about expected coordinated efforts among Kendall and Terrible Rabbit. Would they adventure into sending off their own design line? Or maybe curate a craftsmanship presentation? The potential outcomes seemed unfathomable, and fans couldn't hold back their energy. They were happy, shouting, "I can hardly hold back," to see what these two do next, as the style world anxiously expected their best course of action. Kendall and Terrible Rabbit kept a puzzling presence, dropping enigmatic clues on their web-based entertainment profiles. It was clear that anything they had in store would be out, and